Y'all know what time it is. Come on, come on, come on. What's up? What's up, baby? You know what time it is, baby. HD Rhodes, live and direct from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, baby. In the heart of Metropolis here, man. And you know what? It's time to go ahead and get busy, man. Man, what is going on? What's going on with you guys today, man? I'm looking forward to being able to share with you guys this word, man. And you know what? The word for today is entrepreneurship. You go, HD, man, why are you talking about entrepreneurship today? Because you know what, man? I've been sitting up here grinding all day. I've been sitting up here working on editing this book. I've been working on editing content. I've been working on how I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys the juice, bring you guys the fire. Go ahead and teach you guys how to go from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 figures, man, in a digital age. Because AI's taking over in 18 to 24 months. If you ain't ready, baby, guess what? Your job's going bye-bye with or without you, man. And so it's time for you guys to go ahead and plug in, put your seatbelts on, and enjoy the ride, because we about to bring it today, man. We in the heart of Vancouver, British Columbia, up here in Canada. For all my people down south, roll, tide, roll, baby. Hey, man, so let's go ahead and get started, man. As I was talking about on Monday, man, it broke my heart being able to talk to my son's friend, being able to find out that, you know what, it doesn't matter if you're a college graduate. It doesn't matter if you went to school, you know, when you got good grades and now you got a good job. This economy is kicking your butt if you don't have a side income. And guess what? The best side income these days is for you to be able to learn how to monetize your gifts, your goals, your dreams. Why? Because it's all about you, man. And this platform right here has been built to be able to take your dreams, your goals, and your vision in mind. Why? Because God put a gift inside you, not for you to hide it under a bushel. No, it's for you to be able to shine bright, baby. It's for you to be able to go ahead and monetize it. He put a gift in there because you know what? There's everyone else's blessings is tied to you. You know where the most gifts are right now on the planet? It's down in the grave. You don't know how many people, man, they were buried with their gifts, buried with their dreams, buried with their vision. Why? All because they sold out, man, to this 40-40 plan. And the Industrial Revolution had people confused, man. 90% of the population was working for themselves before the Industrial Revolution. It was called the agricultural age. And you go, not all the people were doing it. No, you're right. They had slaves, but guess what, man? It's 2025, so there's no excuse, man. And I'm here to go on and give you the ride on to the real deal so you know what you can do to get out of this 40-40 plan. Because with or without you, it's disappearing. They're about to replace your job with robots. They're about to replace your job. I told you this 2 weeks ago as I went ahead and spent over an hour with one of my former multi-millionaire mentors who's working in the tech space. And what he told me is they're literally going through all these major corporations and they're making sure that they have all their database, they have all their technology, so that it's able to be able to communicate just not just nationally and not just locally, but internationally. So they're having to go ahead, they're having to remap everything, and you guys have 18 to 24 months before it's game over, before you're going to be either the haves at the top of that corporate pyramid, or you're going to be the have-nots working minimum wage for the rest of your life. Instead of being able to be a blessing who passes an inheritance to your children's children, man, you're going to be sitting up here passing on slavery. And guess what? You had every opportunity to avoid it. Why? You had an opportunity to get a good education if you're in North America. Man, are you kidding me? People are traveling from third world countries just to be able to come to Canada, just to be able to come to the U.S. to have an opportunity in which you're passing by. You're sitting up here watching what? You're sitting up here watching live stream TV. Are you kidding me? You're sitting up here watching television, letting somebody tell you about their vision while you could be living yours. You're sitting up here working for someone who's working their dream instead of you working your dream. Not no more, man. You plugged into 6:30 Eastern time to the daily live show with HD Rhodes, and we're about to put an end to that. We're about to go ahead and hit the start button to you living your dreams. We're about to hit the start button for you to be able to start living your future. And it don't matter how old you are, man. You might be a teenager. Guess what? Then if you're a teenager, you already understand technology. You already understand technology, DeFi, crypto, Forex, NFTs. You're already ahead of the game. But for my senior entrepreneurs, those people are my age, 50 years old, maybe they're 60, they're 70, 80, guess what? They got something for us these days that's going to help us to be able to get caught up to the young people. And you know what it's called? It's called AI technology. AI technology was built not just to replace us, but in the early stages, it was built to help us to be able to get caught up. And a lot of the teachings in which we have through this company that I'm going to talk to you about earlier today, which is called VYB, Visualize Your Breakthrough, VYB. This company has multi-millionaires and multi-billionaire educators in all different industries coming together on this platform, taking the AI technology so that they're able to teach you how to be able to live your dreams in their particular industry. So you're going to be able to take your creativity, your vision, your dream, their wisdom, and the AI technology, man, to be able to take you from where you are now to wherever your dreams want to be. So let's go on and get started, okay? VYB Company. It was put together by three, who I like to call people who are like three superpowers. It's like X-Men, man. It's like something out of a cartoon or out of a dream when I was growing up. First and foremost, you got the CEO, Miss Megan Lynch. She started off as an English teacher in the Midwest of Indiana, and she had a vision, she had a dream. She got tired of seeing her students coming to school depressed, sad, and upset because their aunties, their cousins, their dad, their uncle, guess what? Their neighbor ended up dead because of all the street violence connected to all the street gangs going on down there in the United States of America. Because a lot of the youth, man, they grew up in a household from anywhere to 1 to 7 children, no father in the house, gangs all around, and all they were looking at was how to be able to help provide food for their family. But you know what? She had a vision. She said she wanted to go ahead and be able to teach entrepreneurship. So she started an after-school program with her twin sister, who I call her womb mate. They're more like the Wonder Twins, but they never deactivate. Reagan Lynch, man, she's a professional networker who she's been able to go ahead and to be able to work with her twin sister, Megan, and they were able to create this nonprofit organization. It started off as SOS, Saving Our Sons. And guess what? They went ahead and started teaching them how to go ahead and make shirts, make merch, them t-shirts and stuff like that, the hats. But guess what? They got smart. They decided that they were going to go ahead and write a grant. They had some friends help them to write a grant, and they were able to get $100,000, in which was donated to the program. The unfortunate part of this is that the school went ahead and took the money. And when they took the money, now they didn't have the money to go towards that program. Instead, it went to the band, football equipment, basketball equipment. And when Miss Megan Lynch went ahead and approached the school about it, they said they didn't want to talk to it. The money's gone. They said if she brought it up again, they were going to let her go. And she had to make an executive decision. Was she going to fight for the vision of all these youth who were excited about this after-school program that was going to teach them they didn't have to sell drugs. They didn't have to sell their body. Heck, they didn't even have to get an OnlyFans to be able to be successful in this digital age. She said no, she's going to stand for the kids. She went to go ahead and talk to the administrators one more time, and she lost her job. Well, you know what? If that was the end of the story, then guess what? It would just be another sad story that nobody knows about on the news. But guess what? She didn't stop there. Her and her sister decided to go in direct sales. Why? Because it is the most efficient way to move product to the market. How do we know that? Because we've seen, guess what? When the money was in the ground in the agricultural industry, guess what happened? It moved from the agricultural age to industrial revolution. We know names like the Rockefellers, hello, J. Paul Getty, Carnegie, Mellon, the Vanderbilts, come on, the DuPonts. There were billionaires created when we shifted from the agricultural age to the industrial revolution. But guess what? It didn't stop there. There was billions of dollars made when we went from the industrial revolution to guess what? They went ahead and started consolidating the streamline of traffic of the distribution system, okay? And what happened was they went ahead and cut out the middleman. So where the products used to go from the East Coast to the West Coast and vice versa, going down that infamous Highway 66, guess what happened? Instead of going through just the semi-trucks and the advent of the railroad systems, they started cutting out the middleman. You had a lot of these middle managers who were cut out of their job. As these companies got leaner and meaner, they started hooking up with direct sales companies. And as they worked with these direct sales companies, they put together a 2 to 5 year plan. They started building their own sales force. So as that true pyramid that we call corporate America, where they keep all the money on top, they go ahead and get rid of everyone in the middle, and you have the people at the very bottom sitting up here working for what? Pennies on the dollar, where they can't even be able to provide for their family unless they have 2, 3, or 4 incomes these days. Are you kidding me? You don't think that's a pyramid when the guy on the bottom can't make more money than the guy on top? But guess what, man? In direct sales, they went ahead and took care of that. Why? Because they went ahead and put together a 2 to 5 year plan in which now you can go ahead and become an entrepreneur. You can become an independent business owner, and now you're able to go ahead and take advantage of the American dream. It don't matter what your language is. It doesn't matter what your country is. As long as you have a vision, a goal, and guess what? You're coachable and teachable, and guess what? You have the willing to work your butt off. Guess what? You can go ahead and start your own business. It don't matter if it was Mary Kay, Amway, Shackley. It don't matter if it was, any of these network marketing companies. You could have been, guess what, Legal Shield. Could have been one of those companies, but the bottom line is at least they had a 2 to 5 year plan to take you from where you are right now to be able to make a residual 6-figure income, so you could go ahead and be able to spend time with the people that you love, whether it's your spouse or whether it's your kids. But guess what? A lot of people aren't aware of what truly is going on in that particular industry these days. So a lot of people are still locked into that old thinking that was created in the Industrial Revolution. And this is how it went. If you go ahead and you go to school and get a good job, they say you're going to work 40 hours a week. I'm sorry. These days, it's more like 70 hours a week, because you need at least 1, 2, or 3 jobs just to be able to make ends meet. And guess what they say? Now you got an arranged divorce from your spouse who's going nonstop bop, working in that plan, 40-40 plan. You're working over here in that 40-40 plan, and neither one of you get to see each other till you guys come home cranky, tired, still broke. Who's deciding who's going to cook and who's going to take care of the kids? Oh, God forbid, who had to take the kids? Oh, did you forget to pick up the kids from sports today? As you can see, you understand why divorce is 50% of most marriages these days, because the system's not set up for you to win. But what I'm about to do is introduce you to a system that is, because I'm going to show you a way to be able to get over the 4 income drains. Number 1 being taxes. If you're in that 40-40 plan, you got to pay taxes before you get that check. I don't care if they promised you $200,000 a year because you're a brand new college graduate. You went ahead and you graduated, you know what, valedictorian. You went to Harvard, Stanford, Princeton. You might have went to University of Victoria, UBC. It don't matter. The minute you sign that ink on that pen to join corporate America, they're going to take at least 40% of your check every time you get paid. Hello. And then when you go to spend that money on what's left, guess what? You're going to have to pay taxes. And then every April, you're going to have to pay taxes again. But if you're an entrepreneur, guess what? If you get that $200,000, you get to spend all that $200,000. Let's say you spent $260,000, you have $40,000 left. Well, guess what? Don't be upset with entrepreneurs like the President of the United States, Donald Trump, because Robert Kiyosaki, hello, John Maxwell, hello, and the owners of most of the companies that you work for right now, they don't have to worry about paying all their taxes like you do. Why? Because there's 2 tax systems in North America, one for the broke and one for the rich. I'm sorry, that's too heavy for you. There's one for those who create jobs in which they're rewarded so they get tax breaks, and then a separate one for those who are taking up jobs. So what happens is, this is how it works if you are an entrepreneur. If you have an asset, like Robert Kiyosaki said, an asset is something that puts money in your pocket, a liability is something that takes out of it. If you have an asset, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, you don't have to pay your taxes when you first get paid. You get to spend it. And where you spend that money, by the end of the year, you're going to take your planner, you're going to take your receipts, whether it was the golf club, the country club, vacation, going out to dinner, or going out to Starbucks, you're going to keep all those receipts. And guess what? Your tax specialist, your corporate accountant, is going to go ahead and figure out, based off of all the legal tax laws, how you're going to be able to write off those taxes. And guess what? You're going to not be at that $200,000 in which you might have been that you made in business. Now you're only going to be paying taxes at that $40,000 tax level. Now, how does it work for you, Mr. Employee? Oh, that's right. They promised you $200,000. You might have only been able to take home $120,000, but you're still going to have to pay that $200,000 tax level. This is what I'm saying. Entrepreneurship in 2025 just makes logical sense. Number 2, guess what? You're going to have to pay expenses, interest. You know, interest rate on your car note, your house note, interest rate on, you know, that school loan you just took out so your kid could be able to go ahead and go to Harvard or Stanford, for your kid to be able to go to UBC or UVic. You know those interest rates you're paying on that school loan? You know, you're not going to pay that $400,000 for the last 4 years they've been in school. You're going to pay, I don't know what, 10, 15, 20% on top of that. That means, guess what? You or your child's going to be paying that school loan for the rest of their life. And guess what? You go, well, my kid has a good education. But I have bad news for you. In a 40-40 plan, guess what? The more money you make, that's right, the more taxes they're going to take. So what you got to understand is the system's not set up for you, but there's still 2 income drains you got to learn about. The third one is called insurance. You got to have insurance on a car note. You got to have insurance on a house note. Man, you better have insurance if you're going on vacation 3,000 miles away from where you live. God forbid you get sick and you need to see a doctor. If you understand what I'm saying, all 3 of those income drains are now a tax write-off if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur. And the fourth and the last one is the one that's kicking a lot of people my age right now. As I told you before, Hey, I might look young, I might have some energy, because guess what? That's because HD Rhodes got a dream. I got a dream to be free. I got a dream to be me. I got a dream to be able to help everybody around me. You understand what I mean? And guess what it is? It's inflation is a thing that has most people my age downsizing their house. Because I guarantee you, if you're an entrepreneur and you were making 7 or 8 or 9 figures a year, it don't matter when your kids were going to go ahead and leave the nest. You wouldn't have empty nest syndrome. In fact, you'll probably be celebrating Christmas, Thanksgiving, graduation at your house. Man, heck, if you had that much money coming in residual, I guarantee your brother, your sister, your cousin, your auntie and uncle be like, oh, hey, can we go ahead and borrow your house? We're going to go throw a graduation party for your niece or your auntie. Hello. You understand what I'm saying? But because inflation doubles the price of living every 10 years, guess what? You ain't never going to find out about that if you stay on that 40-40 plan. But guess what? Do you know what the best protection against inflation is? Do you know what keeps up with inflation? Guess what? The cost of living. And if you have your own business, hello, you have your own business, that you have your own product and service, hello, guess what you get to do? You got an income protection, because guess what? As the cost of living goes up, so does the cost of your product. As the cost of living goes up, so does the cost of milk, so does the price of gas. So why don't you think that's going to be the same thing that you're going to do with your product? Hello? And so guess what? Now you got a hedge of protection against income tax, interest, insurance, and inflation. Enough about them 4 income drains. What I want to know is, I want to know about you, man. Close your eyes right now. Close your eyes and let's get with me, man. I want to know, if you had all the time and all the money in the world, what would you do different? Would you be sitting up there enjoying that vacation down in the Bahamas or Jamaica? Would you be chilling on that yacht in St. Bart's? I don't know. Maybe you would be taking the whole month off after graduation and celebrating with your son or daughter who just graduated from high school and college. And maybe you would be on Bora Bora. Maybe you would be enjoying one of those huts right now on the water. I don't know what it is. You know what? Maybe what you would be doing is you would just be spending all that quality time with your spouse, chasing her up and down that beach, or chasing him up and down the beach. I mean, after all, y'all promised to go ahead and get married in sickness and part, for richer or poor, for better or worse. Why not be for richer? Why not be for better? Hello, you understand what I'm saying? This is the opportunity you have today. You go, HD, you talking real big, man. You talking big stuff. You bet you, man. I'm about to show you something bigger than them skyscrapers behind me. And it's called VYB. Visualize your breakthrough. So let's get started. I don't know what school you're sending your kid to, but if I was sending my kid to school this year, I'd send them to VYB Success University. What you mean, HD? VYB Success University? Yeah, we got this, our flagship program here with this company called VYB. It's called VYB Vote. And you know what? We literally have millionaire educators and billionaire educators that's going to teach you everything that has to do with money, whether it's crypto, DeFi, Forex, whether it's just investing in property and real estate. We got multi-millionaires who are going to combine AI technology, plus they're going to go ahead and teach you all the best things in which they know, their own skill set that made them 7, 8, and 9 figures. And you go, HD, how much that costs? Oh my goodness, if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. What if I was going to tell you it ain't going to cost you no more and no less than what you already paying for, guess what? Maybe your cell phone. What? For the price of what you pay for your cell phone? Come on, man. You could be going to school right now for $150 a month, being able to learn from multi-millionaires and billionaires, everything that had to do with money. You betcha. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. You know I ain't been in Alabama for a while, man, so maybe I'm talking too fast with this Canadian accent. So I'm going to let that sink in. For less than what you are spending right now on your cell phone. In fact, if you're getting ready to get out there and buy you a brand new iPhone, you could go get you a brand new iPhone, which I already told you is a liability, or you could go ahead and invest to be able to go to this VYB University. And you go, HD, what's the name of this VYB University? Just look up VYB, okay? VYB, Visualize Your Breakthrough. And our flagship product, again, it's called VYB Vote. You're going to learn about everything that has to do with money. Now, not just that. My mom used to tell me birds of a feather flock together. In business, we like to say, guess what? The 5 people you spend the most time with, I guarantee you, if you take their income and divide it by 5, the average of them is what your income is going to be. Wouldn't it be cool, outside of being able to go to this Success University that's going to teach you everything you need to know about finance? It's going to have AI technology, the capability to have your own AI assistant to be able to help you no matter what your learning level is, whether you're 50 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old, 90 years old, or maybe you're just 18 years old or a teenager. Shoot, maybe you got a kid who's only 6 years old like my son Jeremiah. Man, this boy's so smart, he can't read. Yeah, he in kindergarten, but he can put together a $200 Lego set and he can't even read. He just knows how to sit there and build it. Man, this kid's got a mind of an engineer. He sits there, he counts the dots, and that's how he goes. He builds the spaceships, he builds the towers, he builds the skyscrapers. Man, shout out to my little man Jeremiah. I love you, man. Daddy's up here doing this for you. Anyways, back to what I'm trying to say. Birds of a feather flock together, and you understand the importance of association. Guess what? VYB does too. And guess what? So they didn't only create a school, they created a place for you to be able to have a community. Get it? Common unity. A place for you to be able to come together in over 160 countries around the world. You're able to network with people. Guess what? Have the same skill set as you wherever you're working, or if they're a student, guess what? They have the same background as you. Or if you don't have anyone in that particular VYB tribe community, you can create one. Imagine if you're going to UBC, Stanford, or Harvard. Man, you understand the people who created Google and Yahoo, the people who went ahead and created Facebook and PayPal, you understand they were in college at the time and networking. Imagine you guys college students out there being able to do the same thing. You guys come to VYB, you learn how to go ahead and use this AI technology. You learn how finances and business work, not from a standpoint of being a CEO. No, I'm talking about from a standpoint of understanding financial literacy so that you could be the Bill Gates, not just the Steve Ballmer, so that you could go ahead and be the top, not the one under him who's just the CEO. And guess what? This company is going to be able to take you from step one to done. I spell done, R.I.C.H. You go, HD, man, I know you must speak Ebonics or something, because done starts with a D. I said, I don't think you understand the way my mind works. It stands like this. I was mentored by 4 multi-millionaires. One who was a multi-millionaire, who's a Hall of Fame in basketball in high school, junior college, and he's in the Hall of Fame in a Division I university for coaching. And guess what? They always taught me one thing. It ain't about the effort you put in, it's about the results you get. So one more time, I spelled done, R.I.C.H. Because until you're R.I.C.H., you're going to be sitting up here going around the mountain again and again like the children of Israel, and all you needed to do was to take the walk that God was trying to tell you for less than 6 weeks, and you would have been in the promised land. I'm trying to show you a platform that's going to take you from step 1 to R.I.C.H. in 6 to 12 months from now, and the product is you. Your goals, your dreams, whatever you had in your mind. I don't care if you run a car mobile detailing shop in Alabama, and you know what? You're making your money by sitting up here driving to different people's houses, and you're cleaning, guess what? Their Mercedes, their BMWs, their Audis, their Bentleys. Guess what? If you hook up with me and my team of mentors, like Jerome Majette, man, we're going to give you a couple income stream ideas. Give me a second, I'll break down one. You got this mobile detailing business. I'm gonna tell you what Jerome Majette told my cousin's son. He said, look, man, you got an affiliate account? He goes, no. Why would I need that? He said, well, where do you get your products? He told him. He said, well, if you sign up for an affiliate account where you get your products, then you could go ahead and you could take your phone and you could actually record yourself doing all this detailing. And then when you record yourself doing all this detailing, afterwards, we could go ahead and take those videos and put it on our online platform. And now you'll have just not accessibility, you'll have visibility. The difference in accessibility and visibility is like this. You could have the best lemonade stand in the whole state of Alabama, but if the only thing you do is you're selling your lemonade in your front porch, you might get all the customers in a 2 block by 2 block radius. But if you took that same lemonade, come on, understand where I'm going with this. If you took that same lemonade to the county fair, all that foot traffic, that's what I'm talking about, visibility. I don't know what business you run right now. I don't know if you got a book you just wrote. I don't know if you got a value-added course. But if you bring that to VYB, we're going to give you that visibility. Why? Because we're about to launch this company this week. And in our pre-launch alone, just in our pre-launch, not only have we signed up 73,000 entrepreneurs, but we're talking about from 160 countries. Shut your mouth. You understand what I'm saying? You got an opportunity to connect with other entrepreneurs in 160 countries around the globe. That's what I'm saying. And guess what? This company's going to give you the mentorship, the training, the technology. Man, they're even going to help you with your branding. Don't worry about that. You need a website? We got that. You need technology? We got that. You want to connect your business to AI? We got that. Man, we even got our own bank. So if you need to be able to get set up with an AI, plus, you know, some way to be able to do your merchant accounts, plus some way to go ahead and hook up your website, we got it. Not only do we got that, we're going to help you with the branding. If you want to be able to have a platform to go and sell your merchant on our platform, guess what? We pay our sales reps to drive traffic to your business and to your product. That's what makes you have that visibility. That visibility that you would have walking through that county fair, having tens of thousands of people walk by your lemonade stand. Yeah, that's the same kind of visibility you're going to get here. Instead of just setting up your business where only a 2 block by 2 block people in your block know you're in business. So let's go ahead and talk about that VYB style. They went ahead and they bought over 40,000 square foot of a warehouse space to be able to build your hats, your shirts, hello, your sweatshirts, hello, your sweaters, whatever it is you're trying to do. You're trying to be able to brand your cup. Maybe you're a real estate agent. Maybe you're an investment banker. Maybe you're an insurance. Maybe you're a mortgage broker. Well, guess what? Don't it make sense to be able to come to this platform, be able to teach your skill set, to be able to sit up here? You say, teach my skill set? Oh, yeah. Let me tell you about VYB Global. VYB Global is a way in which entrepreneurs, educators, and content creators can go ahead and have a value-added course. They can go ahead and use our AI technology, upload their teaching onto our platform, and monetize their skill set. What you mean by that? Let me put it like this. My buddy down here in Dallas, Texas, James Udell, man, he's one of the coldest jazz musician, bass guitar players I know. Man, I went ahead and called him and told him about this. He said he's already teaching people one-on-one. He said he's already performing at the jazz concerts down in Dallas, Texas. He said right now he's already playing in church every Sunday. I said, but how would you like to be able to learn how to be able to make 5 figures a month in your sleep? He said, HD, I'm listening. I said, look, next time you're playing in the concert, next time you're sitting up here teaching or tutoring someone in music, I want you to take your cell phone. I want you to get a tripod like I'm talking on right now, and I want you to hit record. He said, okay. I said, after you go ahead and do that, say you have 15 to 20 recordings, we're going to call that month 1. We're going to upload that on this platform, and if you go ahead and charge $50 per person per month, and guess what? We drive, because we're going to drive that visibility through our sales part of this company that's completely separate. We got direct sales, which is totally separate part of this company. They're going to be driving eyeballs and subscribers to your value-added course. And if you have 1,000 people sign up this month at $50, man, I just helped you make $50,000 while you're sleeping. You go, HD, how am I making that money while I sleep? Because I didn't say you're teaching a class live, did I? Hello. Man, you understand right now in Canada it's daytime. But you know, somewhere around the globe it's nighttime. You know, right now you're getting off of work. Guess what? Right now somebody's getting ready to go to work. What's my point? 24 hours a day, that internet's working for you. 24 hours a day, AI could be working for you. 24 hours a day, whether you're awake or whether you're asleep. Do you want money to be being deposited in your bank account? That's called passive residual income. And that's why I'm talking to you about the #1 business opportunity on the planet. Visualize your breakthrough. VYB, VYB. So now let me go on and tell you more. Outside of having VYB styles where they're going to be able to allow you to have your merchandise, your product on this platform, they're going to be driving traffic. So you're not just sitting up there setting your brand new book or your book that you wrote 5 years ago that's sitting on Amazon and you're trying to figure out how to sell it because all your friends and family already bought it and you don't know nobody else. So you decide to go ahead and sign up for YouTube and you're like, man, I'm going to go up and sign to YouTube. And guess what? You're just like Aunt Sally, got the lemonade stand right there in front of her garage, sitting up here waiting for someone to come by. Don't you understand visibility? You could have visibility on TikTok. I'm on TikTok. You could have visibility on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Heck, man, I'm live on Facebook right now. But if nobody knows my name, nobody knows my game, I'm not going to be making no money. But guess what? By putting these recordings from on this platform I'm talking about, VYB, this daily live right here, hello, now it's going to start driving traffic to HD Rhodes. Now HD Rhodes is going to start being able to sell his coffee break with HD Rhodes hats and his merch and his shirts and his cup. Now HD is going to be able to start selling that daily word, hat, that shirt, that hat, that coffee mug. Come on, all that merch. What's your business, man? What's your dream? What's your goal? Do you have merch you're trying to sell? Well, go ahead and tie that right here to that VYB platform and allow them to monetize your vision or your dream. Now, number 3, guess what? They also have another way they're going to drive traffic to your business, to your product. Hello, to your value-added course. They have something called VYB Spotlight. And with VYB Spotlight, what they're going to do, imagine being able to have a 30-second elevator speech where you're going to be able to go ahead and say, hey, my name is Jerome Majette, and I live in Columbus, Ohio. I wrote this book 18 years ago, and the name of my book is called Why God Made Man. And guess what? My book sat on Amazon for a while, and then I was trying to figure out how to move that book. And what I did was I went ahead and I looked up attraction marketing. And when I seen attraction marketing, I seen it was going to cost $10,000. So then I started looking at other ways to be able to market this book. And then I found out about funnels. So I went instead of looking at funnels, I went instead of looking at other marketing companies. And there's other marketing companies in which they were trying to charge me anywhere from 17 to 2 to 3 to 4, even $5,000 a month, and they had no guarantee. But when my friend told me I need to call Megan Lynch, the owner of VYB, I went ahead and called Megan. I said, Megan, I ain't talked to you in over a year. And she was like, hey, Rome, what's going on? What you been doing? He said, man, I heard you're getting ready to launch a business. She said, yeah, I'm getting ready to launch an e-commerce, platform, connecting AI, connecting education, connecting community, connecting financial literacy, connecting health, connecting business tools. And it's going to be an ecosystem for anyone to be able to bring their goals and their visions, their dreams, their books, whatever their content is as a content creator, whatever their business or service is, onto this platform. And we're going to give them multi-millionaire and billionaire trainers and mentorship to be able to help take them from step 1 to done. And Jerome said, well, Megan, you know, I wrote this book 18 years ago. He goes, I've been having this thing sitting up here, and man, I even put it on Instagram, and I ended up not having $10,000 to take this attraction marketing course. But guess what? I went ahead and dusted off my resume, because you know I'm a hustler from Philadelphia originally, and so I said I'm gonna go in and put in 9 months of sweat equity instead of paying this $10,000. And I learned this thing called attraction marketing. He goes, so outside of my book, I could put on this platform. You think I could be one of the people to teach attraction marketing on that value-added course platform you call VYB Global? She's like, sure enough. She goes, but here's an idea. Why don't you only charge $20 since they're charging $10,000 for that course? You know, and he said, well, you understand Myron Gold to pay $10,000. She goes, really? He said, you know, Myron Gold is making between $6 to $10 million a year. She goes, man, that course sounds good. He said, man, after I went ahead and leveraged that course, man, let me show you what I was able to do. When I used the tools I learned from that course, attraction marketing, I was able to take my YouTube page from 0 subscribers to 19 subscribers, 19,000 subscribers in less than 6 months. Now, if you like what I'm saying, then if I were you, I'll be DMing HD right now. And if someone's showing you this video, I'd be saying, yo, how do I get a hold of this dude, HD Rhodes? Let me help you. You can go on TikTok to @HD Rhodes or hashtag HD Rhodes. It's hashtag H as in Harold, D as in David, Rhodes like Rhode Island. R-H-O-D-E-S. You go ahead and DM me and I'll send you a free link so you can take a look at this platform. Because I'm telling you, you'll never see a platform that's going to have multi-millionaires and billionaires teaching you to be able to go from step 1 to done. So let me tell you about the last phase we got of this. If you're looking for money, we have one of these things that's kind of like a show going on the road. We're going to go city to city, county to county, state to state, and province to province, and country to country. And we're going to be able to have an entrepreneur fair where Miss Megan Lynch and her corporate staff and some of the top successful leaders are going to be coming, and they're going to be breaking down this VYB platform to you. They're going to be showing you not just the money, they're going to show you how to get to the money, because success leaves clues. And Megan Lynch, not only is she successful, not only has she made tens of millions of dollars, not only has she been successful in everything she's ever done, including other network marketing platforms before this, but she's even helped teachers who are making $40,000 a year to be able to become multimillionaires. So this ain't something we're talking about that's just some fly-by-night idea. This is a track record that's been proven. Her mentor makes over $45 million a year in the direct sales. And guess what? She's linked up her and her twin sister with a gentleman who's almost a billionaire. He's made hundreds of millions of dollars in the technology field. And he's the one who went ahead and put that framework. He's the one who put the skeleton. He's the one who put the sinew, the blood. He went ahead and put the ligaments, the cartilage. He's the one who put the skin on this thing we call VYB. And so you know what? If you like what you heard so far, then go ahead and DM me. I'm about to go ahead and switch gears at this point because now I want to talk more about this compensation plan. And I want to actually now talk to those people who are in sales, those people who might be in the direct marketing industry, because these people are going to be essential, because I've already talked about the left side of this platform. Now I want to talk about the right side of the platform. And the right side of the platform is the visibility. The right side of the platform is where VYB, instead of spending billions of dollars like other corporations during the Super Bowl, hello, during the PGA Tour, during the NBA Championship, Wimbledon, hello, during the college NC2A football championship, hello, during March Madness. No, they're going to be smart like corporate America. And as corporate America went through streamlined distribution and they trimmed the fat and they started working with direct sales company, because these direct sales companies created a sales force, VYB got smart. They said, then we're going to run our sales the same way. We're going to create a sales division of VYB, and we're going to go ahead and attract entrepreneurship, some of the top salespeople, whether they sell vacuum cleaners, sell home, sell mortgages. Hello, they might go on and sell things door to door. Come on, they might sell jewelry. They might go on and sell Bibles door to door. But they're looking for the top salespeople, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to expose you to the #1 compensation plan I've ever seen in my life. #1, you already heard. Guess what? If you're good at sales, you can come to that VYB Global and you can go ahead and monetize those courses. Just like I told you about James, I told my buddy Rob, who he studied karate since he was a little kid, Rob and Aaron and Ed Arnold. Shout out to the Arnold family, man. Props to their mom and dad, because they raised some kids who, you know what, man, these kids are dedicated. Because I went ahead, I started karate. I didn't even last one day. And guess what? I know Ed Arnold and Rob Arnold to this day are still not only performing their martial arts, they're teaching. Shout out to them. Now, I talked to Robert personally, and Rob said, HD, I understand you want to talk to me about business. He goes, but you want to talk about business? I don't want to do anything but martial art. I said, Rob, if you have a cell phone, you know how to hit record, and you got a tripod, I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and make $100,000 a month in your sleep. He said, what? I said, yeah, next time you're teaching them classes at Washington State University or in Pullman, in one of them community centers, all I want you to do is hit record. And if we can go on and guarantee you 50 brand new students a day, and you're charging $30, last time I checked, that's $1,500 a day. 7 days a week, that's still $10,000 a week. 52 weeks in a year, I just helped them make $500,000. I know you ain't mad at that, are you? But guess what? That's on VYB Global. The other four parts of the income stream that's connected to the networking side, we're going to talk about that. So if all you want to be is a business owner, a student, hello, guess what? DM me and I'll go ahead and give you the link. If you want to now learn about network marketing, which is the most effective way to move product to the market, those are the people who I'm talking to now. If you're in sales, those are the people who I'm talking to now. If you're good at recruiting sales individuals, or you run a sales organization from a management point, you want to listen to this, because I guarantee you the company you work for ain't going to pay you to manage salespeople like this company. So let me break down the second income stream. The second income stream works kind of like a gym membership. Right now, I work out at Fitness World. I pay $50 a month, whether I'm working upper body, lower body, or just doing cardio. Or unfortunately, if I decide to, you know what, I'll work out tomorrow, which I've been doing except for 2 days. This year, I've only been to the gym twice this year, and I've been paying $50 a month, man, for the last 7 months, and I've been to the gym twice this year. I signed up, man, I think it was November, December, January, February, March, April, May, 7 months, only been there twice in 2025. But that's besides the point. The point is I pay $50 whether I go or not. But guess what? What if I decide to start going? And I had one of my friends go with me, and they said they're going to give him a free membership for 7 days, see if he likes working out, not just with me, but with, guess what? They got free weights. They're going to have machine weights. Guess what? They got these great massage beds, man. That was really the reason I signed up, because when I was driving truck and I was driving them big trucks and making them deliveries and having to unload them 6 pallets every day, man, my back at 50 years old started getting sore. My neck started getting sore. So I signed up for the gym because they had this hydro bed that was the best massage I ever got in my life. But guess what? I stopped going. And once I stopped going, they kept paying me. They kept charging me. But what if my gym said, you know what, HD, if you invite one of your friends to come to this gym with you and we let him go for free, at the end of his week, and he signs up for $50 like you, we're going to give you $10. And every month he pays his $50 like you're paying your $50, we're going to give you $10. And the first thing I say is, well, why are you going to do that? And they're probably going to say, well, we learned from a lot of these major corporations who took half their advertising budget and a bulk of their sales budget, and they went ahead and guess what they did? They went ahead and started subcontracting out their marketing, subcontracting out their sales force, letting other corporations that focus solely on sales, solely on marketing, like direct sales and network marketing companies. Hello? And guess what? We let the experts be the experts. Well, we decided we're going to start paying our customers $10 of everyone's referral who they bring in, who's going to pay us $50 a month. Now, that'd be a good deal. If they did that, I'd have at least 1,000 people going to that gym. Why? I'd have $10,000 coming in whether or not I go or not. I already told you I've only been there twice a year. I don't know about you, but that's a good deal. Well, guess what? That's what VYB is doing for all these sales representatives. That's what VYB is doing for all those network marketers. That's what VYB is doing for all those sales managers and those people who like to get out there in sales. They like to go ahead and refer people to a product and a service in which, you know what, they see the quality in. And what better quality than to be able to help people to be able to build their dreams, their goals, and their skill set, plugging them to an ecosystem, an educational platform that's being ran by multi-billionaires and millionaires, teaching them their skill set, how they made that 6, 7, 8, 9 figure income. Hello. Well, guess what? Third income stream. Most companies in direct sales, they have what they call a fast start bonus. VYB is the same like that. Say, guess what? It's going to cost you, let's say, just under $300 to be able to get on that platform. If you're a content creator, educator, entrepreneur, you want to be able to sell your products, you want to be able to upload your value-added course, $300 a month overhead, that's nothing. Man, I used to spend almost $2,000 a month when I was in the mortgage industry. Man, all the DHL packages, because I had to have official signatures in ink, had to use a blue pen, had to go ahead and mail that to the lender, had to be able to go ahead and get that same information from the title rep. Hello. If you were in mortgage and real estate, you understand what I'm saying, man. You had to deal with a title company or a lawyer. You had to deal with the realtors. You had to deal with your customer. Hello, you had to deal with the appraiser. You had to go ahead and get all those documents and put that in a big package and to be able to send that to the corporation, to be able to go ahead and send that also to those lawyers who are doing the closing costs. Then you went ahead and talk about the advertising. I'm not going to give you my secret sauce. You're going to have to go search through some of my other videos I did, because I told some people my secret sauce, how my wife and I were able to be able to go from making $10,000 a month, taking home the whole check, hello, to $15,000 a month, taking home the whole check, to over $22,000 US, and we were living in Canada, so times that by 1.5, we're making over $30,000 in a whole month. You want to know the secret of how I do it? You have to go listen to some of my other videos, man. Now, the secret is, it's on my daily live videos. Guess what? So now you only got to look at 1 out of the 3 videos of content in which I record every day. You better hurry up and go ahead and do it before next week, because next week I'm launching HD Rhodes Success Podcast, baby, where I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to be free financially, physically, and spiritually. I'm going to be running a podcast where I'm going to be interviewing not only pastors, not only entrepreneurs, not only educators, but professionals who are going to be able to help take you, your mind, body, soul, and spirit to the next level in all areas. Anyways, back to what we were talking about, because we're talking about the third income stream. In the third income stream, it works just like a lot of network marketing companies. If you go ahead and invite 3 people, for instance, I invited Felicia Lacert because she's one of the top entrepreneurs I know. She got 100 business plans. She's a big time, not only hustler and worker, man, she put in the time. She even went back to school after she's already ran several businesses just to be able to go ahead and top up her education to learn not how to only write grants, but how to be able to go on Dragon's Den and how to be able to go on Shark Tank to be able to sell her ideas to some of these top billionaires, man. Shout out to Felicia Lacert, Vancouver, British Columbia. Man, then I went ahead and talked to content creator Matthew Plant. Matthew Plant right now is one of the #1 gospel charting artists there is, man. And when I went ahead and showed him VYB, we sat down, I wrote him a business plan showing him just by selling his merch, his hats, his shirts, just by selling some sweatshirts, some hoodies, just by getting some cups, he'd be able to make $4 million this year. And that's before he even sells a single record. And guess what, man, I'm gonna tell you his story in a minute, because guess what, man? Talk to a content creator, Matthew Plant, talk to Felicia Lacert, entrepreneur, but then I needed to find me some educators. Hey, Big Rob, karate, 18 years, woo, and Big James down there in Dallas, Texas. So I only needed 3 to go ahead and launch this on the network cycle part of that, because guess what? They have a 3x10 matrix. But I didn't stop there. I got pastors coming on. Who? doctors coming on. I got one of my best friends from when I was in college who he's literally creating something for all y'all authors out there. He's about to have a self-published company where he's helping authors who want to become published. He's going to help them do their self-publishing. He went ahead and he's going to be on this platform, part of the HD Rhodes Blessed Generation Entrepreneurship Team. Come on, baby. This is what I'm telling you. The #1 platform on the planet that's attracting the top entrepreneurs, top educators, and the top content creators. Now, HD, finish telling us about that third income stream. It's a 3x10 matrix. As I told you, I got more than 3 people who've already said this makes sense. The company has already 73,000 entrepreneurs in 160 countries said this just makes sense. And we ain't even launched yet because we're launching this week. But this is how the matrix works. You bring in 3, you help those 3 bring in 3, they bring in 3. Say it goes down 10 generations deep. By the time you had 3 who brought in 3, 10 generations deep, you're close to a number that is closer to 90,000. It's about 88,000 and something. I don't have the exact number, but guess what? Oh, I'm sorry. It's right here. But times, they're going to give you a $5 check every time those entrepreneurs, educators, and content creators pay for their membership. What's the membership? The overhead for them to be able to have accessibility and visibility. $5 times those 90,000. Man, last time I checked, that's $500,000 every single month, because this company's not giving that fast start bonus not once. They're giving it every single month they pay. And they're also going to pay you 10 generations deep, $5 for every content creator, every business owner, hello, and every educator that's paying to have this platform so that they can go ahead and sell their business, their skill set, hello, their product, their service. Come on, man. And the last 2 income streams are even crazier than that. They're going to give you 100% override, hello, on them $5 for 100% override on every person you personally invited to this platform who decided they wanted to go ahead and they wanted to make their 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 figures a month with this platform. Oh, it gets better, because then they also have a 50% override on everyone that you invited, everyone that they invited. Come on, man. If you understand where this is going, I literally just broke down an opportunity for you to be able to make millions of dollars a month on auto pay, on passive residual income, 5 different income streams. And if you want to know more information about this, go ahead and DM me. If you don't have me on Facebook, then let me help you. Go hashtag HDRHODES. Hashtag HD Rhodes. Look me up, man. Get a hold of me, man. And I'll go ahead and get you the information, get you signed up. If you're in over 160 countries, then guess what? Don't worry if it's a third world country, man. We're in third world countries too. We're in 160 countries around the globe. And VYB's #1 goal is to help you become the product, you to be able to distribute your service, you to be able to go ahead and distribute your business plan so that you can go from step 1 to done, which I spell R.I.C.H. I'm HD Rhodes. I'm out. Peace.